Corazon. Gun finna jump for the shit. All top when I speak, all cap with the speech till they caught up in the rapture. I'm so out of line with the phrase game. Let's take a break, been a long day. Hit your line, what you fall through with the nightsticks. Maybe help me spark the ideas. We got nowhere else to go, it's only up from there. I've been on my own, just running through the fields. Say vivid for the ears, I know that's how they like. Yeah, I finished.
Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to talk about why I picked the C43 as my first AMG car. If that sounds interesting, stick to the end and don't forget to subscribe. If you're like me and you came from a different brand, I came from BMW. I didn't want my first AMG to be a V8 because I didn't want to experience one of the best things that Mercedes-AMG has to offer as my first car, because then it's like, where do you go on from there? So I wanted my first AMG to be the CLA45. Before I got my C43, I took the 2018 CLA45 for a test drive. It was around 54 grand, 55 grand. Dude, that car was beautiful. From the outside, the front, the back, the sides, it looked like a very sporty four-door car. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get it. And because it was one of the most powerful four-cylinder production cars in the world. So if you're looking for a four-cylinder car, the CLA45 is the way to go. I took that car on a test drive and the seats were amazing. The front seats were great. The steering wheel was great. I didn't really care about like the analog system in the front. It didn't really bother me that much. The drive was really good. It was very punchy for a four-cylinder car because it has 375 horsepower stock. I took that car for, I want to say, about a 45-minute to an hour-long test drive just to like see what it was like. The CLA45 was a very punchy car. Like, I really enjoyed that test drive. But the thing that ultimately led me to a decision, which was no, was the center area. I wish I had footage of what the center console area of that car was like because it was so bad. It was so dated. For 2018, it looked really bad. And it just wasn't good at all. Yeah, that center part was not going to do it for me. I do care about my interiors, but I don't care about the interior a lot. It just needs to look decent. The CLA45 interior, in my opinion, was not decent. It was just all plastic buttons and it was kind of ugly. So I didn't like it, didn't get it. And the back seats on the CLA45 were so bad. Even my C43 Coupe has more headspace in the back than the CLA45 does, and this is a two-door, and the CLA45 is a four-door. Now for 54 grand, 55 grand for a CLA45, that's not bad at all. Like, honestly, if you really don't give a crap about interiors, I think you should just get that car. Especially if you want that car to be your first AMG, or if you're just getting into the AMG brand, definitely go for the CLA45 if you don't care about interiors. If you guys don't know, the C43 has a twin-turbo V6. And even to this day, after almost 3 years of ownership of this car, I think it is one of the best sounding twin-turbo V6s in the world. This car sounds so damn good, and that's one of the reasons why I picked this car over the CLA45, was because this V6 completely blows that C43 out of the park with the exhaust note. So, the first reason why I didn't get the CLA45 and I got the C43 instead was because the interior of the 45 was just so outdated. And then I sat in this damn thing and I was like, whoa. It's so neat, it's so organized. The buttons don't really feel plasticky at all. Like the center part in the middle over here, it has a nice touch to it. It's simple, it looks nice. The center part over here is decent. Everything about this car feels good. I don't think this wood trim is that bad. I don't even know if it's wood. Actually, I think it is wood. It might be fake wood. I don't even know what's real and what's fake anymore these days. But it feels nice. It doesn't feel bad at all. So unfortunately, there are C43s out there that don't come standard with the performance exhaust, and I think that's just, you shouldn't buy any AMG without performance exhaust. Even the C43, I believe it was from the year 2016 to 2018. the non-S models didn't come standard with performance exhaust. And I'm like, why wouldn't an AMG have performance exhaust? So keep in mind that if you're gonna get an AMG, make sure you get performance exhaust. Another great thing about the C43 is that, yeah, it is all-wheel drive, so it'll be safer to daily drive compared to a rear-wheel drive car. But the good thing about this car is that it has a rear-wheel drive bias, which means about 69-70% of the power gets delivered to the back wheels, and 31% gets delivered to the front. And you can make this thing really tail happy if you wanted to. I've done it many times. All I gotta do is turn off traction control and go. And the fact that it is all-wheel drive and it has that 30% of power going to the front means that this car launches pretty damn hard. Like, when this car is stock, you really don't need to modify it. Even though on the Mercedes AMG website, it says that the 0 to 60 time for this car is 4.7 seconds. It really doesn't feel like it, I'm not gonna lie. Like, back when my car was stock, it did not feel like 4.7 seconds. Another great thing about Mercedes AMG is that the market for modding these cars are so large. It's not as large as a BMW, but the market is so large that you can find a lot of nice like aftermarket parts for these cars. And it's not gonna be as cheap as BMW parts. So another mod, you can get a tune like I did. Like, these engines are so nice that with just a tune, you can really transform the way this car launches. Like, with the tune that I have now, the top speed of this car is 180 miles per hour. I don't know when you would ever need to go 180 miles per hour, but if you're on a track, I guess that makes sense. But if you're on the highway, don't do stupid things. But another thing is that the tune makes the car quicker. I feel like people get the word quick and the word fast mixed up. I feel like fast is like the top speed of the car, while quick, I think that is more of like how easily it's able to pick up speed, aka like the acceleration times from 0 to 60. In my most recent video with my summer tires on, with 50 degrees outside, I got 0 to 60 3.9 seconds, and this is the older C43 model. This is the 2018 model. If you tried to do 0 to 60 time in the 2019 model, since those have bigger turbos, you can definitely get like maybe 3.8, 3.7. And then if you get like catless downpipes and a tune, maybe an intake, dude, you're gonna be looking at 0 to 60 times like between like 3.3 seconds and like 3.8 seconds. Like, that's crazy. And with this car being a daily driver, is that you can travel very long distances in this car. Like, these seats, they're not super stiff, but they're not like super comfortable. I think it's the perfect combination of comfort and stiffness. Like, when you're sitting in the seat, there's no chance that you're like gonna fall asleep behind the wheel, because the seats are stiff enough that your back is gonna hurt after like 5 hours, but it's not too stiff. You know what I'm saying? Also, this car has never given me any problems whatsoever. People think that two-door cars from Mercedes, very unreliable, you can't really do much with it, blah blah blah. Not true. The coupes, if you guys don't know, they're made in Germany. The sedans are made in Alabama, so I think maybe I might have lucked out, and since I got the coupe style, it was built in Germany, so like the build quality is a little bit better. But I have had no problems at all with this car, like literally zero. I left this car off for 2 weeks once when I went on vacation, and I didn't plug it into a trickle charger, and it turned on just fine. So if you have any worries about reliability issues, don't worry. Like, your battery's not gonna die on you. I drive this car like every single day, so maybe that's also a reason why the battery hasn't like died on me, is because I use it a lot. Also, I'm gonna demonstrate it for you guys now, but dude, the acceleration on this car, even without a tune, it's so linear, and the car shifts so fast. And one thing that I really love about this car is that when it's under boost and you upshift, oh my god, it's like little explosions under your ass. you guys didn't hear that. This thing is crazy. Get a tune and this car is even crazier. So we're gonna go back in comfort mode. It's wet outside, so I'm not trying to die. So back then, I really wanted the CLA45 because it was a handcrafted 4-cylinder engine from Mercedes AMG. And I was like, damn, the C43 doesn't have a handcrafted engine. But the thing is, it's still built by AMG. Like, think about it like this. Let's say you get 2 presents. One present is very nicely wrapped. The second present is very nicely wrapped, but it also has a bow on top of it. I think that bow kind of represents the handcrafted aspect of AMG. Like, if you don't have that bow, you're still getting the present. You're still getting like the full package, but having a handcrafted engine at the end of the day, it doesn't really add any kind of like performance values or anything necessarily. So if the handcrafted aspect is like really throwing you off, I think you should just drive the car and you just buy the car for how it drives and like how it makes you feel, how it sounds, etc. Like, I don't think you should buy a car strictly because it has a handcrafted engine. Like, this is still, like, the C43 is still a Mercedes AMG product. Like, everything about this car, the engine, the transmission, the brakes, the suspension, the drive select, everything about this car was touched by AMG. So it's not like you're getting in a C300 coupe from Mercedes-Benz. This is a fully Mercedes AMG product. In summary, the C43 is a very good daily driver. It has that kind of wow aspect. It accelerates so damn hard. You can get a tune to make it accelerate even harder. It sounds really good. Like, even though it has 2 turbos, it still sounds really good. Like, I don't know how AMG made a twin turbo car sound so good. So yeah, do yourself a favor, get a C43 as your first car. Don't jump straight into a V8 because, like I said, I think the AMG brand, it's worth experiencing all aspects of it. If you really want to experience the AMG brand, like, I don't think you should get the V8 first, you know? Because if you get the V8, are you really gonna jump from a V8 to a 4-cylinder? Like, that's not really much of an upgrade in my opinion. So start low. Start with the 4-cylinder, and then get the 6-cylinder, and then get the 8-cylinder. So that way you have like something to look forward to, you know? But yeah, this car for a twin turbo V6, dude, I think this car is just unbeatable. For the price, you get the sound, you get the looks. There's a very large aftermarket market, I guess. But yeah, there you go. Hopefully I convinced you guys to get a C43. Like, I think I do a good job on Instagram convincing people to switch from BMW and Audi to Mercedes. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Dude, I look at my analytics, about 98% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. And the thing is, the people that aren't subscribed come back and watch my videos. So you might as well take 2 seconds out of your day and subscribe down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The link is gonna be down below. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys in the next one.
Dump in the jump for the shit. Up top when I speak, all cap with the speech till they caught up in the rapture. I'm so out of line with the phrase game. Let's take a break, been a long day. Hit your line, what you fall through with the nightsticks. Maybe